We're live.
Hello, everyone. We hope you are doing well. We appreciate you guys all being here. And happy Valentine's Day
happy
to
Valentine's
everyone.
Day.
My little Valentine got me a little rose. And he got me some balloons, which I won't, it'll take up the whole shot. So we'll just say that he got them for me. I was going to make him a nice little dinner tonight, but he's been a little under the weather.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling too good.
I think you had some food poisoning.
Something didn't agree with me.
Yeah, you've never had those issues. So I think that that's what it was, because I've been there. It was not fun.
Still not fun.
Yeah. So anyway, so we appreciate everybody for being here. We did get some
The dogs.
Apparently the dog is eating her toy. Don't eat it. Stop.
Not
get it out of your mouth.
Successfully though.
No,
she keeps choking it up.
No.
Gross.
Anyway, so we do have some questions. I see some questions coming into the chat, and then we also had some questions that were previously. So I already have those kind of up and ready, and we will. I'm just gonna have to turn that off. It's not working. We got a little green screen going on right here, but our lighting is not super great, so we got a little shadow. So, but it's kind of cool to use. Is everybody seeing us okay, hearing us okay, all that good stuff?
The ringy bell thing, you think it just went off?
Oh gosh, let's turn the ice maker off, because that's probably a little loud for everybody.
All right.
I love my ice maker though. Yep, we sound good. Okay, perfect. So let's say hello to a couple of people. I do see your question, Vernon Anderson. We will get to that shortly, so thank you for being here. Dean Truitt, same thing. We will get back to you in just a moment on that. Thank you for being here. And thank you for being here, Rich. Appreciate that. Our signal might be a little shaky too. We've had Verizon actually hasn't been very good here. And then we have AT&T internet, which has been pretty okay, but a little spotty here and there. Yeah. Hello, Bob. Thanks for being here. He's our current one.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually, I was gonna say, we're actually really excited about this. Well, sorry, I guess I'm excited.
You're excited. I'm not. It's hard.
Bob, he says he's not excited about your install.
It's starting to come together though.
Yeah, I'm excited because it's different.
Yes.
It's not a grand design.
Right. It is a lot more challenging.
We like grand design, but we do a lot of grand design. We like the challenge of something different. Hello, Mike and Lexi. Thank you for being here. Hello, Mark and Mary Kay. Thank you for being here. Wow, 41 years. Congratulations, Ronald. What's your Valentine's Day? I don't think I know. That's really funny. I think we all put up with each other, regardless of which half we are.
Yes.
Oh, and our good friends over at Champing Adventures, Pete and Alicia, thank you for being here. Joe McCurry. I don't know. Am I saying that right? I don't know. It seems like it's not coming out of my mouth properly. It is in my head, but kind of like when I was trying to do English. I mean, not English. Oh gosh,
you're not good at that either.
Apparently not. When I was trying to do Spanish to our Spanish friends, and they were like, "What are you saying?"
No.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Bad move.
Yeah. So we'll get back to you on that, Joe. Bob, that is hilarious. I'm glad that the dingy bell ring, or the ringy dingy bell thing, went off. And Paul and Delise are here. Thank you guys for being here. Ooh, you guys got kind of like a big storm out there. We have some friends in Virginia.
Jeff Chandler right
Yep. And it does not look very fun. So, but happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for being here. Mark is actually, he recently won. What did we give him? I think it was an easy start. He did his own DIY project though, which was actually very nice. So we'd like to ideally start, showcasing some of those. Yeah. Mark is the only one that we've actually had that we've received though. So we may just showcase his. It's really good though. And our friends over at Dreaming Out Loud RVing, Paul and Megan. So we appreciate you guys being here. They actually did a video today, or they released a video today about the New Horizons toy hauler.
Oh,
yeah, I told them we were a little biased on New Horizons just because we have an Excel fifth bill, which we are going back into.
Yep.
Soon.
Month.
Yeah. So hey Jeff, thanks for being here. He's up in Virginia with lots of snow.
Yep. Got pictures of his roof yesterday, and it was like 3 or 4 inches on the solar panels.
We did. That was crazy. Here's our friends over at One Strange Adventure. I just lost my feed. Hold on, sorry. Okay, there we go. So that's Harold and Cindy Strange. Thanks for being here. And our friends over at K&R Destinations, Kyle and Ryan.
What's up?
And we've got Happy Place Diaries.
Having fun working it over there?
Yeah. And Greg Hunter is here. And we've got a Scott here. Just a Scott, though.
Yep. Just Scott.
Just Scott.
Hi, Scott.
It's like Cher or Prince.
A one-name person.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a movie about. Anyways. And our friend Jane. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Jane. And
Michael. Hello. And Keith and Lisa are here. Thank you, guys. Fine and dandy. We like to hear that. And we've got a John Clancy here. Thank you, John, for being here. We have another question there, so we'll come back to that. If I have any mods in, I know K&R is a mod. If I have any other mods in the room, or if K&R can do it, somebody, Chimping Adventures, I think you guys are mods, but I'm not sure. If one of you guys could, I wonder if they can do, I don't know. Send me something that has these questions in it if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Don't worry about it. So that it pops up a little bit differently.
Text us.
Yeah, you can text us, whatever. Hello, Eric. Thank you for being here. Jeff and Kim, thank you for being here. Oh my goodness, you guys, like I do not envy you guys. So we actually have some friends that are traveling from Florida to Utah who they have decided to stop until, I think they decided to stop until Wednesday. She texted me today because there's a big storm coming through Texas.
Yep.
So
well, I talked to the lady in the Airstream, what's her face, yesterday, troubleshooting with her. Kate. Yeah, I talked to Kate yesterday, and she's in very, very southern Louisiana, right near the Texas border, and the high was supposed to be 30.
Oh my, that's where they're going. They're going to New Orleans.
Yep.
Well, anyway, we'll get right back on that. We went a little out of focus. Are we okay? Kyle, can you send us any questions that are showing up? You can text us on that. If it'll say, you know, like if they have any questions specifically in the chat, but if you can't get to it, it's not a big deal. Clayton and Sue, thank you for being here. Okay, so let's see. I lost my feed again because it likes to do that. Well, to me, like in Texas, like I say, be careful because I think that they're probably not used to it because I know that crazy pile up just happened, so that was really sad.
100
It was 130 cars.
Yeah, 130 cars.
We are much warmer than Michigan, Christopher, because we are in sunny, rainy, thunderstorming Florida with the 100% humidity and 80 degrees. It's ridiculous. But I'm sure it would be.
It's better than the cold.
Well, to me, for me, I can't take off enough clothes and get it cool enough. We don't have a front AC working either. So anyway, hey, Kevin, you're in Mexico. Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Well, I hope you have fun. Sorry to have texted you last night in the middle of Mexico. Oh, okay. So let's see. We got another Maryland here. Life's New Journey. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Nice and warm. They're boondocking in Southern California. We are jelly of that because
So jelly.
I would much rather be in California. Mm-hmm. We're getting hammered today, 6 degrees with wind and blowing snow. You people up north there, I'm going with, I don't want to be up there. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did it again. Why does it do that? It drives me crazy.
Knock it off. Reach again.
Oh, that's sweet. Hi, John. Thanks for being here. And Jim and Ellen are here from the frozen north. Yeah, we're not
envious.
Not envious. Thank you very much on that. I appreciate that. I'll have to look at my phone. No, ma'am.
Nice. Sit.
The Life with Dogs, right?
Hey,
stop.
both of you guys, knock it off.
Stop. Stop. Calm down. Okay. All right. So stop. Chill out. You can't be on camera. I'm sorry. Okay. So what I wanted to start with real quick, since we've took us a hot minute to go through some of those questions. We had received some previous questions, and we'll try to go through those, fairly quickly, but efficiently. Hi, that's Lucy.
Chasing my hand.
So we received from Harold's, our friends over at One Strange Adventure. What has been your favorite RV to work on? We're starting with the simple ones. Mm-hmm. Well, simple.
Favorite one to work on? It's probably kind of wore out a little, but I really like the 397TH.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
They always turn out the prettiest.
I honestly loved Cindy and Ed's. That was my favorite.
Oh, really?
That was but I didn't work on it, so my opinion doesn't count. 2930 RL. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of those are Grand Designs, by the way.
Yeah. Momentum 397TH. What system turned out the best? Also from Harold.
I would say,
I'm not really sure what we mean by best, but I guess we'll go with
it's a toss-up between the Grand Lee Volano.
The what? The Van Lee.
Van Lee Volano.
What? Grand Design.
Grand Lee Volano. That's pretty funny right there.
We won't tell anybody he did that.
Nope.
Only 46 people.
Van Lee Volano.
Yes.
Or Paul's.
So that was a Momentum 397.
Or Paul's 397. One of those two. The two with the colored lights. I actually like those two the best.
Really? Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. I'd say the Van Lee Volano is number one.
Okay. Interesting. How long have you guys been doing solar installs, and why did you get started? Also from Harold. He had lots of questions for us.
Okay, so the very first solar panel or solar system that I did, it was as an upgrade for Less Junk More Journey back in
2017.
Yeah, 2017.
Second round on their Airstream.
Yep, second round on the Airstream. And then a couple years later, in August of 19, they upgraded to the fifth wheel, the open range.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then because the way that he did that video, where we were at. I've done low voltage all my professional career, and the way he did that video, we decided to get back on the road and be doing this full time since.
Well, you know, because we were contacted by a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, it caught on very quickly.
It did, yeah.
So, but yeah,
we're very blessed.
so
Yep.
Year and a few months.
Yeah.
Full timing.
I mean, and why we got started is, you know, we've been off and on full timing for 4.5 years, or about 4 years. And we always end up having to kind of go back to sticks and bricks, because, well, not necessarily sticks and bricks, but just stationary, because money. I mean, that was,
Work,
you know,
or whatever.
yeah, that was obviously the biggest thing. I had been working remotely, but I was kind of over that, as far as, because I had to work Pacific time hours. But I was really missing my family in South Carolina. So we ended up being in South Carolina for a while. And then when this opportunity came about, I mean, it was like the perfect opportunity. You know, we wanted to get back on the road. You know, I can't say that I've ever known him to have a job where he's actually 100% loved what he's doing until now. He absolutely loves to design. He loves to think outside the box. He loves challenges. He loves RVing. It's kind of, you know, it was kind of a
good fit.
Yeah, it was a great fit for us, and we were super blessed to have the opportunity to do this. So from Gary on Facebook, he wanted to know kind of like what your thoughts or your preference was on solar panel configuration.
Personally, I like parallel. I've only done one system that was a series parallel combined, because the wiring coming from the roof was just too difficult to be able to get the wiring down. So it did have some factory wiring. So I did the math calculations, figured out that series parallel would have the most loss, the least loss. You know, being under the weather, not great.
I know. It was like, that doesn't.
No,
I almost right. actually asked him, do you want me to cancel it tonight, because I knew he wasn't feeling well. But
no, I'm a trooper. I'll push through.
If I catch him saying anything out of the way, or y'all do, like, let us know.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, so I prefer parallel. The shading is better. If one of the panels goes out, like if a branch hits it or something like that, you could possibly lose the whole string. If it's series, if it's parallel, you may not lose the whole string. You still have the remaining panels. Yes, it does require larger wire gauge, but I plan for that. So, you know, that's just, you know, parallel.
It's a preference.
Yeah.
Especially, I know, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, you're a DIY person. And DIY people tend to do series, which there's nothing wrong with. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with series.
Nope, nothing wrong.
Absolutely not. So it's just a personal preference. All right, so Mike Stokes and Jeff Clay had this question.
All right, on the control panel, so this is in the app. And when you go to the gear wheel,
on the Victron Connect app.
Yep, Victron Connect. Inverter only, charger only, and off. And then in what situation would I want to use one of those settings? So people who full-time aren't really going to use inverter only or off very often ever. Inverter only literally stops shore power from coming through the inverter, and it switches over and only inverts. Charger only is specifically that. It allows the power to pass through, and it turns the multiplus into a converter, just charging the batteries, and that's it. If the shore power goes off, the whole coach goes off, just like you normally would before we upgraded the system. And off would be literally just off. If you didn't want the very, very small parasitic draw that the multiplus has, if you're boondocking and it's bad sun and you're not really getting a lot in, it's minuscule. It only draws like 1 point something amps per hour of DC power to run. So you can shut the multiplus off if you want to, but it's not really necessary. And um, charger only is a possible use. If you're on very, very low shore power, you can set it to charger only and then set the amps to like 5. That way, so that if you have a very low amp draw, but you really want to charge the batteries, you can do the setting that way. That way, so that it will allow most of the power to pass through it and only ever grab 5 amps from your draw. So hope that answers the question. You're my fact checker. Did I get it all?
I have absolutely zero clue for that one. Sorry. That's all you, honey. Okay. We can always go, if they have questions, let us know further. And then, of course, if we go back and watch this and go,
wow, where was I at with that one?
We missed something. We can totally come back to that. But, I mean, I think you hit the points. Jeff would also like to know about the, why you prefer the Lithium compared to the DC-DC charger.
When you do the math out, the Lithium actually gives you about 48 amps per hour over the Renogy has, I think it's a 40 amp, and Victron has the 30 or 35 amp DC to DC. So the Lithium will actually give you a little bit more power from truck charging over the other two options. That's the only reason that I choose it over the other two. So it just allows more power to flow out of the truck. Love to get more.
So this one was actually kind of fun, though. You don't know about this one. They actually contacted us through Nomad Near Me, which is an app. If you don't already know, it is currently only on the iPhone platform, but they are working on the Android platform. But Less Junk More Journey, Nathan and Marissa actually had launched this probably, gosh, it's been a while, maybe 6 months or
about 6 months, 8 months ago.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember exactly when they pushed that out, but it's a great app. It's kind of like Our Village, but like 10 times better, where you can choose who you become friends with, and then you can essentially, what it's for is so that you can make sure that if you're close to friends that you don't know about, your other RVing friends, you can kind of cross paths with them. So they actually contacted us on that, and their handle on Instagram is Adventuring by Faith, and their names are Nick and Alicia.
Cool. So adding batteries for 2020 Sandpiper,
and I totally answered them.
You already answered it?
I totally answered them on Nomad Near Me, but I thought it was also a good question.
Okay, cool. So
whether my answer was right or not, I don't know, but
a couple of factors. If you have a residential fridge, and if you do have a residential fridge and the factory inverter, then I would suggest at least 3 or 4 lead acid batteries to get close to you can as 200 amps as possible. That's enough to get you through the night with running your furnace and fridge if it's cold. And then if you want to go with lithium, then you also have to swap your converter out. And I also would recommend 200 amps, which is 2 batteries. And the lithium converter also is what you would have to change out to make sure that you can charge the batteries properly. But
or if you already have a compatible converter, but typically they're not compatible.
Yep. So, but preference, I prefer lithium because it's lighter and much more powerful. But sometimes it's not in the budget, so stack them lead acids in there.
Well, I also, the way I answered it was, we obviously tend to go with Battleborn. Because we love them. We love the performance out of them, but also we love their customer service. They stand by their product. But also, if they didn't want to go with lithium, that you really like the Blue Optimas.
Oh, yes. The Optima Blue Tops.
AGM, yeah.
Yeah, the AGMs. Those are really good batteries. We've had success with those in the past, too. We had 3 of those in our 5th wheel before lithium. So, yep. Those are very, very good batteries.
That was kind of how I answered it, but, I didn't know. And then lastly, for what was submitted before the live chat, was from Kimberly on Facebook. So what is the best way to fill in roof holes when moving or removing an antenna, for example, to mount the solar panels and it's placed on a van RV on a metal roof?
Metal roof. So,
which is going to be probably different, I would imagine. Maybe a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. So on a van metal roof, depends on how big the hole is. If you know, if the hole's like as big around as your finger, where's the camera? If it's about that big, then you could probably just go over it with some, what's that stuff called? Turnabond? Yeah, Turnabond, and then caulk the edges with a sealant. If the hole is like this big, then you're going to need to put a small plate over it, and then do a caulk all the way around it, set the plate in it, and then screw it in, self tappings, and then go over it with a Turnabond, some the 4-inch wide stuff, and then caulk the edges of that, and then you won't have any problems out of it. That's what I would do. So whether it's perfect, I would stand behind it though.
All right, cool. Well, there's a lot going on, I think.
Wow, 47 questions.
Well, it said 47 new comments. So I think we'll go back to Alicia and Kyle both sent me some specific questions. So Mark Haney, when I think that was here, let me just see if I can find it real quick. Thinking probably not. Oh, there it is. Maybe. Yep. When going past 48 volt on the solar panel side of things, 3 panels in series, how do things change with respect to switches, breakers, etc.?
Okay, so
seems like a very tough question mark.
Well,
in my brain.
So you have to have a breaker that's rated for the voltage and the amperage. So if you're going with solar panels that are series, for example, like the panels I use, the big panels are 30 or 35 volt panels, and if you series 3 of them together, it is 105 volts, but it's only at about 10 amps. So you would have to make sure that you have a breaker that is rated for that voltage and then that amperage. So you're going to have to make sure that what you put in line for a breaker, that's if it's a breaker. If it's a switch, then kind of the same thing. Yeah, you just need to make sure that it's rated for that voltage and that amperage. So a lot of the not residential RV stuff is rated at 30 volts. So if you're going, say, 96 volts of solar panels and it's 10 amps, then a 30 amp 10 amp breaker is not going to work. So there is a way to calculate the math to get from the volts that you're rated at up to the volts that you're running. But I, for the life of me, couldn't do that right now.
I actually was not listening to you because I was looking at all the comments, but you couldn't do what right now?
Calculate.
Oh, you couldn't do the calculation.
Thanks.
Sorry, you got some stuff hanging off there, buddy.
No worries. But anyhow, so you just have to make sure that you can find the switches, breakers, shutoffs, whatever, that are rated for the voltage and then the amperage. So most of the RV stuff and automotive stuff is rated at 30 amps. Sorry, 30 volts. My bad. So
well, at least you caught yourself because I didn't know what you're talking about.
Yep, 30 volts. So hope that helps.
So K&R is posting some of the questions that people have had. This was from Jeff and Kim.
It's below 0. So no, the panels are fine. I don't know what the low temperature rating is actually on them, but I know that it's definitely below 0. They'll still produce. However, if you do get snow on your panels, they're completely shot. You have to go up and clean them off.
Definitely sweep them things off.
Yep, you have to sweep them off so that they can see the sun. So 200 amp hour batteries run.
That's a loaded question, Christopher.
So it'll run 200 amps of stuff for 1 hour. So it's just the math of it. So if you have a Grand Design has a Samsung fridge that draws 3 amps of AC power. When you're inverting, that's 30 amps of DC power. So it would run that fridge for 6.5 hours of continuous running. Fridges don't run continuously. They do shut off. So you kind of have to figure out what you want to run. But for every 1 amp of AC power that you're inverting, it's 10 amps of DC power is what it takes to generate 1 amp of AC power. So an AC unit basically draws a battery per hour. A TV, 120 to 150 watts for a regular 30 to 40 inch TV. Real quick, it's about 1.5 amps, so it's about 15 amps of DC power. So it would run the TV for 15 into 200, about 13 hours, something like that. So 200 amps is actually fairly powerful. You can do quite a bit with 200 amps. So
you wouldn't run the AC on it though.
No.
Preferably.
If you're going to run your AC, you need at least 4 batteries and 3,000 watts and an easy start.
I definitely don't want to be in Texas right now. They do. This is our friends over at RV Travel in 6, Jane and Brandon. The dogs definitely want screen time always.
Did you want to do that one?
Did you want to do that one? Yes.
Oh, that said minus 27.
I know. Yeah.
Where is that? Jim and Ellen, where are you guys at?
I think they may have already said, but
click on that one. Okay.
I can't remember.
Do you have any others experience Bluetooth connectivity issues after one of your installations? We have trouble with the servo, the radio Bluetooth 2 has stopped working. Okay, so wow, the servo. Okay, so if you have any issues with the Bluetooth on the Victron Connect app, close that app. Go over to your learned-in Bluetooth devices, delete everything that's Victron, and then go back to the app and then reconnect to all the things that it lists. Then it should work. If it doesn't work after that, then uninstall and reinstall the app, get rid of all your Bluetooth Victron components that are learned in, and then start the whole process again.
If that doesn't work, call us.
Yep, if that doesn't work, call us.
I'm wondering if that has something to do with that recent update.
There was a big update pushed out for the Multi-Plus and for the 712. Well,
he didn't have a 712, right? Because he has a servo.
Yeah. Well, no, he has a smart dongle. Different.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, good cover.
Shush.
So anyhow, let's go to the next one.
We would love that, Jeff and
cool.
Kim.
Yeah,
we were spending the summer in Utah checking that out, so we're pretty excited about that. We would love to do Alaska, but we won't be doing that this year.
No.
Favorite to work on, ProMaster. It was the ProMaster van. I mean, come on, Mike.
SMH.
It only took us how long? No, I'm just kidding.
That's funny.
Oh, hey there, Texas Family Camping. How are you? Yeah, you guys did get to see that one in person. That was awesome. Okay, yeah, we did answer his. Where will you put all of your tools when you start pulling the fifth wheel? I can answer this one.
Take the show.
I just want to be able to answer a question once in a while. I'm just kidding. So as far as when we go into the fifth wheel, so the reason we decided to go into the fifth wheel is because we were able to downsize so much in the Airstream. We know we can live with much less. Therefore, we can have much less in the fifth wheel, meaning that we can put his extra, like extra stock, extra wire, extra everything in the basement of the fifth wheel. So that's the plan there. And then I guess you'll have like totes though, kind of in the truck still around the fifth wheel hitch is the goal. But this Airstream has, even though I don't personally like it, I'm not an Airstream gal, which I've decided in the last year, but we've actually had a really good journey in it. We've learned a lot. We've learned that we can live with a lot less.
Yes.
So that's been kind of fun.
Business.
Yeah.
That's yes. I want to see that one right there. So what do you call the machine that people like help people with heart attacks? Is it like an AFib machine or?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
So anyhow,
defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
I don't know if that's the right word or not. But anyways, go ahead.
So the roof holes for 8 panels is 96 holes. And I know this because I count the screws out before I go up on the roof, so I don't have to carry extra.
See me, I would just lose one, and then I would be pissed because I'd have to bring an extra one.
And it's 96 holes for that. I use 6 to 8 screws in the box to hold it down, the combiner box, and then there's a hole that's normally about that big for the combiner hole. Defibrillator.
Thanks, Kyle.
It's a defibrillator. So I keep that in my green pouch that I carry up on the roof just in case I see signs of heart attack.
But one of the things that, it doesn't bother him, and a lot of people are like, well, of course it doesn't bother him because it's not his RV, but it matters.
I am still responsible.
It matters more because it's not our RV.
Yeah.
So we take the extra precautions, whereas like somebody else, as far as like, if they're doing their own install, they might, because of money, they might skip on
the
sealant. Whereas we feel like, if we have to use, tubes of sealant to make sure that we're not replacing a $500+ roof, we're okay with that.
Well, see, you got wrong there.
Okay.
A $10 tube of sealant can save a $5,000 roof.
That's what I meant, 5,000. I said 500. Y'all know what I meant. This is why he answers the questions.
Nope. All these people watching are watching you. They don't care about me.
Right. I have literally been sitting at a dinner with this guy, and people have interrupted me to talk to him. So I just try to sit back in the corner. Hey, Mark and Carrie. Thanks for being here. Our friends over at The Art of RVing. Char of Heart is here. Thank you for being here. We have a lot of other YouTube channels in the house tonight, which is awesome. So we really appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. There's Sue. Yep. Lucky Dog production moderator. Come on. She's being very particular about going over that cord because she doesn't want to trip. I tried to get it for you. You decided you didn't want me to do it.
She's carrying a toy that's like this wide in her mouth, and it keeps touching the wires on this side. And then she puts it down, and she can make it up just fine. Just not with the toy in her mouth. Why don't you grab the toy and bring it up?
I tried, and she took it out of my hand. Here, come on. Look.
Up.
There. Up. See? There you go. Good girl. All right. What? No way. I don't know if he's still in the house, but that's our buddy over at Battleborn.
Ronnie.
He's like the coolest dude ever.
Yep.
I call that guy up or email him, and he's on it.
Yep. Howdy, Ronnie.
Doing okay today. Da, da, da. I'm not sure how to say that. Sulks.
Salts. Yeah, salts.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure how
know.
to say your channel name, but thank you for being here.
Yes.
Let's see. Of course, NOTB is in the house and knew what it was actually called.
Nursing.
Thank you.
Our travel bug, obviously.
Yep, she's an awesome traveling nurse. So she does they do a lot of oh gosh, that like really jumped.
My.
Holy mackerel, I missed a lot. Hold on, sorry, my like thing is just jumping crazy over here.
JT's Outdoor Life, that's new.
Yeah, I think that was kind of where we left. Hey there, JT's Outdoor Life, thanks for being here. Yes, we have to agree with the nice beanies that they have. All right, so solar panels. Well, I mean, they're actually Marlin panels.
Yeah,
we're not particularly fans of the flex panels, but I mean,
they're okay. So for
it's the best bang for the buck for flex panels.
For flex panels, they're the best on the market.
Yeah,
put it that way. But
we do mostly rigid panels.
Flex panels, those panels from Battleborn that are branded Battleborn are 7-year warranty. The glass panels are a 25-year warranty. They're a lot heavier, so if you can afford the weight, the cost is also much more appealing.
No, sorry, I skipped one.
What is the best type of roof material to mount solar panel to? Fiberglass. So, leisure travel vans, LTV, they have an actual fiberglass, hard fiberglass, like a boat. That is by far the best, strongest mount that I've ever had for solar panels. The next, the roll fiberglass TPO, was it EPDM or EPMD or whatever it is. Those are all about the same because you're not really mounting to that. You're mounting to the wood that's below it. So as long as the wood below it is, 1/2 inch thick, that's good. If it's condensed foam with Luan, which is 1/8 inch wood, I get very nervous. Very, very nervous. I use a lot of sealant on those ones to make sure that they stick. So, others having problems with lithium batteries. Others having problems with lithium batteries. Haven't heard it yet. Can you give me more information?
Well, they're just saying, what have you heard about others having problems? I mean, we haven't heard anything personally.
So consideration of variable carbon with battery RV when designing system. Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so on our proposals, we actually have, when we're adding all the equipment in, at the bottom of the page, there is a box that says your system is going to weigh X plus or minus 15 pounds. And then there's a box there that you have to check that says, I understand that the system weighs X pounds. And my RV is not, with this system, is not going to exceed my GVWR weight.
We've actually had people that don't know.
Out.
Well, no, they don't know what GVWR stands for, and they don't know what CCC is. So that's something else that we kind of like.
Okay,
talk to people about.
Just a short, quick, and dirty lesson. So if you take your dry weight, which is GVW, and you subtract that number from your GVWR, that number that you get after you subtract those two is your CCC number. Okay, so your dry weight.
I think you just said GVWR, or I think you just said GVW like twice. It was UVW.
Yeah, sorry.
I think, but I'm not sure if that. I'm not quoting. Okay, okay.
Totally did.
Because it didn't make sense in my head.
The UVW is subtracted from the GVWR to give you your CCC.
which is your cargo carrying capacity.
Yep.
So we actually have had a couple of people where we've literally said, you need to go away before we'll even talk to you.
Yep. They're actually the next job we were going to, they wanted to add and do a bunch more, and then he looked at his figured out what his CCC was, and it was only like 1,200 pounds, which
well, I mean, because once you put your, like let's say you have freshwater, you fill up your freshwater tank.
You can't even carry all 3 tanks being full would put them overweight.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely something to think about for sure. And we definitely make sure that those things are thought about ahead of time. From Tom and Lori's RV Life.
For Battleborn batteries, do you have an opinion on Lion Energy batteries? What is the difference in lithium batteries? I don't remember. Okay, so Lion batteries, they did or didn't have the BMS built in.
Is that the ones that Kathy had, or no? Oh, never mind. Because you combined them like you did. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
I don't know if that was Lion batteries though.
They didn't. They had something else. But
well, you don't really have an opinion on them.
No.
Apparently.
No.
That would be
the thing that's important is if your lithium battery does not have a built-in BMS, then you gotta sit back. It's doing weird stuff. There we go.
Sorry.
If you don't have the built-in BMS, then you have to have other monitoring equipment to make sure that your batteries stay equalized and charged properly. So that is the biggest consideration. That's what's important to me. I'll install whatever batteries you want me to install, but just know that without a BMS on every battery, you do have to have other equipment to make sure that the battery is charged properly. Ronald W., if you have a residential refrigerator versus a two-way refrigerator, how does it complicate the installation process and amount of power needed? So, honestly, the residential fridge that Grand Design is installing in...
Well, we don't know that they're installing them in all RVs, though. Just the specific one that Nathan and Marissa just got in theirs, right?
Yes.
Which is, I can't remember now, Samsung.
It's a Samsung, yeah. It's a Samsung. It uses 3 amps. But it is actually just as efficient as a two-way refrigerator on power. Actually, it's maybe a little bit more efficient. Okay, so your two-way refrigerator, as far as power needs goes, whenever a two-way refrigerator is running on DC power and propane, it's still going to draw, 8 to 10 amps when it's running. And then the residential fridge is going to draw, just say, for example, that Samsung is going to draw 30 amps when it's running. So it's just a trade-off. I don't even know how long a propane tank would last for a fridge, but I know it's a really, really long time. So it doesn't really complicate the installation because the installations that I do can easily absorb the amount of power used by either the two-way or the residential fridge. So if you're having a smaller system with like 2 or 3 batteries and just a couple of solar panels and a small inverter to run outlets in the RV, that's when it becomes much more of a concern because the residential fridge is always drawing power. And if you don't have enough solar to compensate, then that's when you can get into trouble. So run your batteries out quickly. Patterson Grant, just joined the party. Not sure if it's been asked. Have you done any 48-volt systems? Nope, I don't do anything more than 12-volt systems for the battery bank, specifically because it's more cost-effective to add to the battery bank. Most of my customers so far have been interested in adding, but only maybe 5 have added. But if somebody wanted to add, it's much easier to add if it is only 12 volt, and then on that.
Well, isn't it less components?
It's also, you don't have to have a DC step down to run the rig. And then you also know it's not quite as efficient as a 48 volt system, but in the grand scheme of things, it's easier to explain to somebody this system runs on the same power that your RV runs on. So I try to keep things as simple as possible. So.
Hi, Michael. Thank you for being here.
Is a DC refrigerator better for solar lithium cell than residential fridge? It depends on your amount of solar, covered in the other question. If like I said, if you don't have enough solar on the roof, then you can get into trouble with a residential refrigerator. But normally a DC fridge, you can last a lot longer off grid with it and with less solar. What happens to solar panel fishing when the temp is 100 degrees outside or hotter? It obviously degrades. There is a curve. I don't have the paperwork in front of me, but it does degrade. However, we have had some people out in
we've
Utah,
had clients that, boondocking all summer long out in the heat.
Over 100 degrees, and their systems are performing above 100% on solar, what they're bringing in for solar.
And we typically go with the REC panels, REC NPeak panels, and we get those through Northern Arizona Wind and Sun. Or if it's on a smaller, or like an Airstream or something like that, we use Renogy Eclipse panels. And we've had better performance, I feel like, out of the Northern Arizona Wind and Sun, or the REC panels.
Well, that's just because,
or that they've told us.
Well, yeah, yes.
Well, yeah, but I haven't seen anybody's Renogy's go overproduce, so to speak.
One, just
oh,
one.
You did? Okay.
What's his name? On the farm in Texas.
Brian.
Yep, Brian. He had we installed 600 watts of panels on his roof, and he hit 613 watts the first day.
So I think it depends on your panel too.
Panel, the angle of the sun, that's another big thing.
There's several factors in there, right?
Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm thinking that is a
no go.
I don't care to go to Oklahoma in the winter.
No. Wow, that is.
And then Jim and Ellen are actually in North Dakota.
Oh.
Yeah, it is quite cold up there, you guys. I know we've talked a little bit, but I don't know if you guys full-time RV or if you're just part-timers. So I don't know if you're living in your RV in that or not, but I would not want to do that. Did we answer that? I can't remember. Mark's question?
Yes.
Okay. And then this one.
My YouTube.
I think we touched on that.
Yep.
Well, they came in later. Do you want to touch on it again or not?
Sure.
You don't have to.
What do you think about Battleborn flexible panels or standard panels? Okay, so Battleborn flexible panels are 7-year warranty. They are actually pretty expensive. They're extremely cheap. Light. Those are the positives. The cost is kind of a negative, but
Morton's on the Move did a great
review
of those panels.
Yep.
And I think that's if you prefer to go with flexible panels, I think it's a good option.
Yes. Well, they're some of the best on the market as far as flexible panels go. That's it. And then if you can handle the weight and the cost is much cheaper, the warranty is so much longer. So 25
on
years
a rigid panel.
On a rigid panel. Yep.
Yeah.
So
this was
back to this one.
Well, K&R is like pretty much kind of, maybe he's not. Okay. I don't know. I just lost. Yep. I lost my entire feed. Hold on. Sorry. Well, we're like super behind in the comments. We need to like get on it. Yeah.
All right.
But I wanted to say hey to Mike and Teresa for being here. Our friends over at Meant to Be RVing. And they are out in Idaho, and they have a pretty epic system, and they've been pretty much, I think, living on it. So I'm glad to hear that it's working excellent. Okay, so go back to Christopher.
Rule of thumb is for every 100 amps of battery that you have, it's 200 watts of solar. So at a minimum, you want to have at least 400 watts of solar for 200 amps of battery. However, if you go more than 400 watts, then your batteries will just charge up quicker as long as they're lithium. If they're lead acid, they're not going to charge any faster.
Somebody's calling me out there.
I don't know what you're talking about. AED. Yep, that's the defibrillator.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that? Okay. Everybody's having snowstorms. Well, we are not having snowstorms in Florida, but we are having thunderstorms.
Oh my gosh, really? This is fake news.
I'm just going to punch you in the face now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's 54
He's
feet
a friend
with
of mine.
The truck. Yeah, with the truck, it's 54 feet long.
Hello, William. Thank you for being here. Yes. Finally, like you roll in at 7:10. I mean, come on, dude. I just got to give him a hard time. Okay. We talked about that, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's 48 volt, but yes, it's fine.
Yeah. So we kind of touched on that, Bruce. I think that is Bruce, if I recall.
Slow fast to house, the mountain rails require grounding bonded. Why wouldn't they be required? Because you're mobile. Most of the time, you may not even have your feet down. You might be completely isolated anyhow. What are you doing over there?
Nothing. Sorry. Go ahead. I was reading comments. They're talking to each other.
Yeah. So.
Did you answer that one? Sorry.
Kind of. It's not 100% necessary.
Well, solar on residential is like a lot different.
Yes, it is a lot different.
A lot more regulated too.
Yep.
I was reading this comment. Yeah, we Camper Life. I like that.
Shine Nog.
Yeah, he got us into the Shine Nog. What did he get y'all into?
You into the Shine Nog.
You like it too, Hush. I mean, we don't like drink it all the time, but I do like it. Well, stop. I have to do it. Just calm down.
But I'm like,
you'll be fine. They can still hear you. Hey, James, how are you? Yes, we are super excited about seeing you. We are going to be doing his install this summer. So we are pretty excited about that.
Twofer. That's it. How often do you have to move items on the roof like wine guard antenna? Do you mount over attic vents? So the twofer. Wine guard antenna, I think I've had to move 4 in a little over a year. I actually carry coax, double shielded coax cable with me just in case I do need to move it. And then do you mount over attic vents? Yes, as long as I have the clearance, and it's not hitting the bottom of the panel, I do go right over top of the attic vents.
Sorry, I'm looking something at real
quick.
That's at the bottom, though. I can't do anything about it yet. Where was that? Okay, then go to the next one. Well, sort of. I wanted to.
Dreaming out loud. Do you work in the rain? Yes. I have a rain jacket. I have
Yeah.
a canopy that attaches to my truck to give me like an 8x8 area in the dry. And but yeah, I push through. Can't stop just because it's raining.
I have no idea what that means. Quick and dirty. This show took a turn real quick. I don't know what happened there, Kyle. You're gonna have to explain that one for me.
No idea.
I don't know what happened there. Hey there, Per and Deb. We are actually going to be doing them next. So we are doing their install next. So we're excited about seeing them.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll do this one real quick. We're going back to a fifth wheel as well. I've been looking at different toolboxes for the bed. There's different options that would work. Are you coming out of, what are you coming out of? You said you're going back to a fifth wheel. Are you coming out of an Airstream? Because that would be interesting.
Yeah.
And I'd like to know well, whatever it is, why are you going to a fifth wheel? And then stop. This is why you're not allowed to do this. Toolboxes for the bed. Unfortunately, Mike has so many tools that they would not fit in an actual toolbox.
Yeah, I can't do a toolbox because every time I need something, I have to crawl all the way up in to get it. I have to have stuff at the back. Most amount of battery-borne batteries you have installed or seen it for an RV. Just only curious, and thanks. So 6 is the most I've installed for a customer. As soon as we had left one, within 2 weeks, they doubled it to 12.
That would be Kevin.
Yep.
I think he was in here. I don't know if he's still in here or not.
He's down in Mexico.
Mexico.
Cancun.
I don't think it was Cancun. Cozumel.
Cozumel. Yeah, you're right. Thanks.
I don't know if I said that right, but we'll go with it.
But yeah, it was 6 is the most I've actually installed for somebody. I like to. Batteries are so expensive. I don't want to tell somebody they need 8 or 10 or 12 batteries. I want them to try 6 first and then make that decision. So
yeah, if they need more.
If they need more.
Like for instance, I think Meant to Be RV, and if they're still in here, they have actually 4, but they have a ton of solar. And they have, as far as I know, they have done very well on their 4 batteries and don't feel like they need any more than that. Even though they have, the ton of solar to charge them back up. Yep. So a lot of times they don't really need them. It just depends on your power consumption, honestly.
Yep.
Everybody's different.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm kind of a power hog. I'm just gonna say.
Yes. We're getting ready to put 8 in ours.
We'll see. And that's just for my purpose.
I'm going to show the new rig tonight. I didn't even know they made that.
Camper Life, you stop stirring up crap there, buddy. I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna come to Texas.
It's
and,
a 2015,
hurt you, buddy.
Okay.
We're going. Okay, so our new rig that we're going to is only 35 feet long, and it's a 5th wheel. It's normal,
and we own it. We've owned it since before
we're
we
not
had
buying
the
it
Airstreams.
Yeah, it's just been in storage.
Hey, Rockowitzes.
Hi, Liz and Dave. Thanks for being here.
Yep, good to see you guys too.
I agree, Ronald. I agree. I think you're absolutely correct.
Yep.
And we've told several potentials there.
Yep.
Hey there, Tammy Ray the King. I have seen you plenty of times on Mike and Teresa's show, so we appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here.
Yep, thank you. Ski Mountaineer. Hey guys, what do you use to power both legs 15 RV using one? I know exactly what question you're asking. I build that. So it's
I'm pretty sure I cannot remember his name to say that's funny, Kyle. I cannot remember your name to save my life, but I know we've had this conversation, or not necessarily this specific conversation before, but I know we have had a conversation before.
Yep. So I actually build those. It's basically
it's customized.
Customized, yeah. And it's automatic.
But it's Not something that you discuss only for the fact that
it's not for a novice. I don't want anybody trying to build it.
Anybody that's not an electrician.
Well,
maybe
somebody that understands.
Not necessarily just an electrician.
Yeah, no. They have to understand how power works, relays and stuff.
Hold on, just stop reading ahead until I click on it, please. Thank you. Because Kyle's helping us.
Oh my gosh. The dry camper is interested in dry camping with lithium batteries. Fifth wheel is 23 feet long. Electric is fridge. LED lights, 32-inch TV, computer. What should be my need for batteries at nonstop 16 hours?
Yeah, I would assume so. That's what
there it is. 6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he couldn't put enough. It caps you out at a max.
Okay.
Character.
Nonstop for 16 hours. Fridge is electric. You should be able to get by with 2 lithiums.
On the low side.
Yeah, on the low side too. If you want to just make sure that you're covered, get 3.
I'm gonna go with no. Oh my gosh, Michael. Like, whew, I could not do these cold temperatures. I can do I struggle with like 20s and 30s, but I don't think I can do anything less than that.
Single digits. She's like, this is nuts. We're leaving.
But I also don't like the heat either. So
yeah,
he calls me plus or minus 3 degrees.
Yep, 72 plus or minus 3 degrees, and she's complaining.
Are you also in Florida? Because we feel your pain, and it's the humid. Oh my gosh, the humidity.
Yeah.
So crazy. Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Life's New Journey. I think that's a super chat. I don't know what they call those, but I really appreciate that. That is very sweet of you. And actually kind of going back to that. So, Mike is definitely a professional. But we don't claim to know everything, and we don't know everything.
No.
But we like to, push out what we can as far as the expertise.
Yes. Yep. Like to share.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course we do things differently than a lot of other people do. It's not necessarily wrong. It's not necessarily right. It's just the way that we do things. Ronald is in the house. Hi, Ronald.
Hey, Ronald.
We're going to be doing his system soon. Come on, you can do it.
So,
there you go.
no, the systems, whenever I do them, the shore power is ran through the inverter and then to the RV. So whenever you unplug shore power, the RV instantly stays powered. The TVs don't even flicker.
I want to say for the record that I absolutely love this feature only for not only, but I love this for the fact that I cannot stand resetting my microwave clock, and I can't stand for it to be at 0. It drives me nuts.
Yep.
And I like that it doesn't. I don't have to keep resetting it.
Nope. Yep. The clock stays set. That's the whole reason you need to get one of these big systems, so that you don't have to reset your clock.
No. But I mean, I like the little things. What can I say? I absolutely love to running our microwave. Like if we're
docking or off grid.
Well, yes, but like even if we're just traveling, we wanted to stop for lunch.
Oh yeah.
Like I mean, that's like the coolest thing for me. I don't know. I like it. Or turning my AC on
before
I get to my destination. About an hour before I get to my destination, I can turn my AC on, and then my rig is cool. I kind of like that too. I'm just saying. All right, so Christopher, we forgot C there, but Christopher had a question.
Okay, so propane fridge, no AC, 200 amp hour battery born.
Okay, I think we already
solar. Yeah, 400
Yeah.
400 watts or more.
We kind of talked about that. Hi, Bill and Diane.
Hi.
If you're still in the house, thank you so much for being here. We're running a little behind tonight. We're sorry that this is over an hour. We want to make sure that we get everyone's questions in.
We're 10 minutes behind on
we are. I'm trying. Yep. Thank you so much, Paul and Megan. That is very, very sweet of you guys. I had an absolute blast because I didn't have to work. I got to hang out with Paul and Megan all day. So we got to know each other pretty well. And he worked on the van, which that video is coming out pretty soon. They actually purchased camper van Kevin. If you guys follow him, they purchased his RV or his van. And so we just basically we just did a rework of the batteries. Is that how you want to call it?
The batteries back and put all the equipment on the wall. There's some things that needed some dressing up, so they just
wanted that. Yeah, so that video's up and coming. But thank you so much. That's so very sweet. You guys did not have to do that. Nice.
After the sun went down.
Okay, Bill and Diane, like this is great information and perfect information for the people watching. So Bill and Diane have one of our Mac systems. They have a Momentum 397 TH Grand Design. So overcast and raining, they have 2,600 watts of solar, 600 amp hours of battery, and they were on solar all day in an overcast and rainy day. And they, after the sun went down, they were at 89%. That's amazing.
They still had 89% of batteries left.
Yeah, that is amazing. But I love it. Okay, yes. All right, so we'll go back to your original question. Nope. Okay, Vernon, you're going to have to re-ask your question because it has actually scrolled out of our I know you asked, and I said we would come back to it, and it has actually scrolled out of our chat. We can only have so much in there, so you will have to re-ask that. I'm so sorry. But we will answer it. Hold on just a second. Yep, just on this one. So this was the Solex.
How are you full-time?
Finding full-time travel within your lives.
It's difficult.
So let's just quickly go over a day in the life of the dry campers.
This is going to be bad.
We pretty much get up. We have breakfast. Mike goes to work on an install. I go to work inside the RV. I do all of the back end things. So I'm pretty much on the computer most of the day while he's out doing installs. We pretty much go from job to job site, I guess I should say. So we haven't really like been able to get out there and see, but we have goals that are a lot different than some people with full-time RVing. You know, we want to be debt free eventually, and or sooner rather than later, I guess I should say. And so that's something that we're working towards. We also, you know, we just have a passion for helping people. And we hope to accomplish that, you know, in our travels. Do you want to say anything? Okay, no. We eventually have a big announcement at some point. We can absolutely call you, Mike, if you're still on. He just texted. Okay, so that was just kind of a. I'm not leaning on your belly. Calm down. Well, if you weren't like laying on me, like I'm sweating. Well, you can stay in frame. We can move you. Well, as best we can. We can take the green screen off. Actually, let's do that. Well, because it's kind of a pain. We'll just do none. We'll just have a random green screen behind us. It's fine.
It's better.
Okay. So Michael's actually going from a Class 8 to a fifth wheel. Interesting. I actually love our fifth wheel. So can you like move your legs that way though?
Just get up.
Why?
I need to go out for a second, please.
Okay. We'll go out.
I'll be right back.
It's very hot in here. We have no AC in the front. What are you? We don't have an easy setup here. This is also why we're getting rid of this. Well, we're not necessarily getting rid of this Airstream. But we are going to the fifth wheel for more room. Oh, thank you so much, Mark and Mary Kay. We really appreciate that. You guys did not have to do that. We really do appreciate that. We did talk about that. Oh, gosh. Hold on. My chat skipped on me again. Okay. Has anyone ever replaced their, I don't even know how to begin to say that, generator and ran on only their Battleborns? I don't think so, but we'll answer that when Mike gets back. So they enjoy their fifth wheel better than their Class A. They have an autistic 23-year-old. Having the second bedroom and space is a better option. Absolutely. I completely agree, Michael. I have missed our fifth wheel. The Airstream has been, okay, thank you, Kyle. The Airstream has been pretty awesome for what we've been doing, as far as, you know, with his tools and the traveling and everything. But we're glad that we've been able to work it out to where we can go back to our fifth wheel. And for those of you who didn't catch this in a prior video, we have a fifth wheel in storage. It's the 2015 Excel Limited by Peterson Industries, who's no longer in business. The president actually went over to New Horizons. And so we have that in storage, and that's what we're going to go back to. Yes. We are actually, you know, booking people for not necessarily booking them for 2023. We've actually had a request for 2024 too, believe it or not, Jim and Ellen. Like, it's pretty awesome though, I have to say. Yes, Florida 84. Yeah, where are you at in Florida? We are in New Smyrna Beach. I had to think about, because we move around a lot. So we're in New Smyrna Beach. It is so humid. I'm actually kind of tired of Florida. I think we've decided that we're not going to winter in Florida again. Do you size the install for the number of batteries, or do you leave room in for future expansion without having to replace a lot of equipment? That's a good question for Mike, and we will let him answer that. So we will get back to that. Andrew, thank you so much. We, you know, we can give what we are able to. Again, it's just something that, I mean, we can provide what we can, and we hope that it does help. Bob, right? It's a pet peeve. I'm glad that you're with me on that, buddy. Okay. Oh, look who came in. Tammy.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
oh,
Tammy.
Wow.
Thanks
Hi.
for being here. You're very, very welcome. Okay.
Looking at this watch.
So
she was in my seat.
She's always in somebody's seat. Okay, so Ronald has a question. Do you size the install for the number of batteries, or do you leave room in for future expansion without having to replace a lot of equipment?
You don't really have to replace a lot of equipment or any equipment to add batteries. You just add batteries. But I size the install based on the customer's needs. So it's pretty much how I build the system.
And if they think that they might want to expand in the future, he does leave room for that, or you build out for that.
Yes. If I know it in advance, I'll even build a battery cage for 6 or 8 batteries, or whatever. Okay,
so Vernon posted his question again. He was the one that he had the new phone. He couldn't connect to the 712, and it won't accept his PIN or his puke code.
Puck.
I don't. It looks like puke. Sorry.
Puck code. Puke code.
That's what it looks like. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Clearly, you don't want to ask me these questions.
If it won't accept the puck code, so when you're doing the puck code, are you doing it straight from the screen where you have your devices listed and you hit the 3 dots beside the device? That's where you put the puck code in, not when you go into it and then try to type in the 6 digits.
Like, do we have that ability to show on there or not?
Yeah. Click the 3 dots beside it. reset pin code, and it asks you for the puck code.
Okay. So if I can get this up here. So this is our 712. We click those 3 dots. That's not working now.
It's really difficult to do.
Reset the pin code, and then that's where you put it.
Yep.
And you're saying it's not accepting it there? Just want to be sure. Is that what you're asking? Okay.
And make sure that you're getting the exact puck code off of the sticker that's on the back of the 712.
Thank you so much, Mark. That is very, very sweet of you guys.
You guys don't have to do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I think what we'll do with all of the super chats is probably a giveaway. I think that's, you know, because we don't, you know, I mean, we really appreciate it, you know. Yeah, we want to make sure that we give back enough to our community. Just gonna leave that there. Friends know things.
But
well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, I they're telling me that my hair is very beautiful. So this guy, he's not very fond of it. I'll just leave it at that.
She got like a foot cut off of it.
A foot?
Yeah, it was down below your boobs. That's a lot.
Oh my gosh. There's no like.
Shut up.
Yeah, there's no like button for that.
But
okay.
Go back.
Go back to what?
Right there.
No.
Champing.
No.
Click on it.
Why?
You know, we're not 100%.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, a little inside joke there, people. Okay, so yes, we got that. Oh, they're in Cape Coral. I don't know where. Do I know where Cape Coral? I know it's in Florida. I was asking them where in Florida they were.
It's over on the West Coast, I think.
I think it might be too. I don't know. I mean, our advice is always not to stay in Kansas. Our advice is to, you know, actually travel with us or something, right? And hang out with us.
That's the idea.
So, okay, yes. He took a picture of the back of I think that's the monitor? Well, I think that's the 7. I guess he means the 712. Yeah. If you got your equipment from Battleborn, if you didn't get your equipment from Battleborn, let me know where you get it from. But Battleborn should be able to help them with that, right?
Maybe swap it out.
Yeah, they may have to end up swapping that out. I don't know. You got any other?
Just trying to think if in the manual program you can go ahead and reset it, but I don't think you can.
Let us think on that for a minute, Vernon, and then send us a send us just a little message on Facebook or something, or to that email address below that's scrolling across, and then we'll try to see if we can get that solved for you, because that seems a little odd. They say your hair is beautiful too.
Well, you know.
I'm gonna go with no.
That's called I wore a hat and a headlamp all day.
I'm just kidding. He cut it all off. I like when he has hair. Like, he has it, and then he fluffs. Like, this is how we met. I'll have to like find a picture and post it for you guys.
It's all forward and flipped it up.
Flipped it up in the front. Oh, he was so cute. I mean, not that he's not now, but
yeah, I'm not cute anymore.
Oh, yes, you are. Oh, but it's precious. Okay. Cape Coral's near Fort Myers. We'll be in Fort Myers in about 2 weeks. 2.5 weeks, something like that. Yeah, I think I'm just not even gonna do Florida Christmas. I was reading other things. Florida winters anymore. Are we still planning Alaska trip for next year? It depends. So we postponed it from this year because in December, we weren't really sure about the Canadian border, which I assume that it's probably still not open, and I don't think it'll be open this summer either.
Besides,
however,
it's too freaking cold up there. I wouldn't want to go up there for free.
In the summer?
Who knows if it's going to thaw out by then.
Oh, okay, I got you. Anywho, well, I think the South is getting hammered, or like I don't know. Anyway, we would ideally like to do it in 2022, but we're afraid that most people that wanted to do it in 20 and 21, that they won't get to do it because of COVID. And so then they go in 2022, and then it'll be much more crowded. And because we, ideally are going to have probably 15 to 25 RVs or so going with us as like a caravan. I don't know. So that's we're planners. We are, we are, but we'll see. I'm not really sure. Oh, thank you, Kyle and Ryan. You guys are the best. You guys did not have to do that either. You guys are crazy. Love it though. Appreciate you guys. I know.
You filthy animal.
My favorite movie. We will definitely count you in, Bob. So for our solar clients, we have a special face group just solely for our clients. And so we post bulletins and different things like that in there, tips and meetups and things like that. And so that's what we like to do for those. So we'll definitely post some things about Alaska in there, though. We will count you guys in as well. Absolutely. We would love to have you guys come along. And Bill and Diane, we got Alaska 2022 on board.
Did you just throw the...
Oh, I totally did. Yes, totally. We only know a little bit about Momentum 3.7s.
I think I have like 7 more on schedule for this year.
Yeah, we have a lot. We did 18 grand designs last year, you guys. 18. Like, that was crazy. He's just a one guy, it's crazy.
That wasn't all we did.
No, yeah, that was just some grand designs. Okay, so let's go back here. All right, we're caught up. Is there any other questions that we have not addressed? I feel like there was somebody else at the beginning with Vernon that asked the question I said we would come back to, and then we got too many. We got too many comments. Let me just look at my text messages to make sure nobody sent it to me, but I don't think they did. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. We did not answer that. We didn't go back and answer that one.
They want to replace their big honking generator and run it only on their paddle boards. So when I put systems in for people, a generator becomes just a backup. It's not a primary. So yes, and as a matter of fact, the guy that I'm doing right now actually wants to take his big honking generator out. And
he's in this chat, so if anybody wants to buy his big honking generator, let him know.
Yep.
Bob.
Yep. He wants. There we go. Here he is. My big honking generator is for sale. But anyhow, yeah. The kind of a best advice is like a pair of Honda 2200s, or maybe even just one if you're fairly conservative. But if you want to have the same ability as almost a 5500, then that's the way to go. Oh wow,
Pete, I think he's gonna go with no on that, buddy.
I'll be back.
And then yeah, okay, so I don't know how big and honking it is, but okay. And then Michael Yonka says that we need to get an alliance. I don't think he heard me.
What?
Michael Yonka says that we need to get an alliance.
Why?
I don't know. That's just what he says. We actually looked at alliance when we were at the Tampa RV show. We talked to one of their reps about We were actually doing a little video about the way that they had their batteries hooked up. They were very receptive. That's all I'm going to say. And we don't know. So I don't know what a brand new lit means, but maybe somebody else will. In 7 hours, I know that that's pretty good. Yeah, I mean the Honda versus the weight of the Onan, for sure. Oh, it's a 5500, so it's a big honking generator, Kyle. And then Mark installed a small sliding tray up front, and he uses his Yamaha 2000. Plenty big and easy to lift when we want to run it. Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know if Mike knows about the Yamaha. I know he knows about the Hondas. We actually have a Champion right now, which we want to switch that out because it's pretty big and honking too, even though it's portable. Yep, we sure did speak to Jeremiah. And apparently, yep, we did. We do like the side decks, the side patios. So my thing is, so we wanted to go with a toy hauler. I love toy haulers, right? And I love the side patio, but do people ever get to use like both? I feel like there's not many campsites that we've actually been to, that you'd be able to use one or the other. Either they're not long enough or they're not wide enough. This one would probably be wide enough, but it's definitely not long enough. So I don't know. Ronald, we haven't really thought about that just because we don't have a lot of extra time. We go to dinner sometimes with friends, or clients that we have during the week, but that's like the extent of our downtime, or spending the Sunday nights with you guys. But that could very be possible. But I don't know that we're big enough to have enough people in the same area to be able to do that with. But we would love to, meet you and your wife, if we're definitely in the area. So Bob has an LP. Honda 2200 converted to propane is the way to go. I like that. That sounds good. Yeah, our Champion's the same. I feel like it's too big, and we need to downsize as well, and we will for sure, I think, see that. If you can put out the awning, put out the side edit. That's actually a funny comment, just for the fact that the other reason that I don't care for my Airstream is that I can't pull my awning out by myself. Like either he has to do it or that both of us have to. Really, both of us have to do it. So I'm looking forward to getting back into my fifth wheel where I can just push a button. We're losing people by the minute, honey, because you're not in here. I'm just telling you. Sorry. We've already been going for an hour and a half. That's pretty long. We got to hang out, drive by 3. Yeah, we did. Yep. We sure did. We did a quick bypass in Kansas and said hey and hung out for a little bit. Boondocking, yes, absolutely. I think that's always a good. I think that's the one of the hardest things about what we do also is because we typically have to meet people in campgrounds to do their installs, because we're very big on doing a lot of what we love doing full-time RVers, obviously. We obviously love part-timers as well, but we like being able to allow the full-timers to stay in their RVs, when we're doing the installs. And so therefore we have to be in a campground kind of thing. And so we haven't really been able to do as much boondocking as I would like to do. So that would be what we're doing all this summer. So we're pretty excited about that. Yeah, we keep losing them, honey. They're just dropping like flies because you're not in here.
Sorry.
I told you they wanted you, not me.
No, it's the length of time that's doing it.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with that. All right, so I think that's probably all the questions that that people have. So we really appreciate everybody for joining us. We also appreciate all of the super chats tonight. And we'd love to do a giveaway. Let us know what your thoughts are for those people who did give. If that's something that you want to see, or if you want to see something specific happen with those funds, we'd love to do that as well. So just let us know. Got anything else? Oh, I got a big thing, actually. It's kind of big. Yeah. So if you know of any place that we can stay in Ocala at in March, we have an install there, and I'm really struggling to find us reservations or anywhere close to that to that place. If you know of a place, let us know, please. We would love that.
Yes. $20,223.
I'm gonna maybe that's a slash between the 2 and the 3. Oh well, I thank you. Yep. I'll make sure he's there bright and early tomorrow, Bob. Oh, thank you guys for being here. Yeah, I'm telling you that Durango is pretty awesome. We saw this this RV at the Tampa show that had a back patio, but it's not a toy hauler.
Right.
It's literally just like a fifth wheel with the rear living area, and then it has like a sliding door in the back, and it opens up to a patio. Like KZ Durango, like what a cool design! Like that's pretty epic. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. No. Well, thank you, Cindy and Ed. We are actually about to sign off, but we do appreciate you coming in. And we might have a big announcement sometime soon. We're just gonna leave you hanging on that a little bit, though.
Yeah, cliffhanger. There's gonna be a part 2. Dun dun dun.
We're so much better looking. I am not exactly sure what Tim means by that.
Better than when I'm moving really quick and installing?
I don't know how to take that, but I don't know. We'll see. All right. Yep. Well, we love you guys all. We appreciate your support. Anything we can do. Again, we are. Oh, I know what it was. It was questions about 2022, like when we're going to be booking, scheduling for those. It's a really tough.
Probably starting in August.
I have a feeling it'll need to be before then.
Probably starting in May.
Yeah, I would say so. But compared to this year for 2021, compared to 2021, I think we're going to have to do 2022 a little bit differently as far as because we're doing a little bit of back and forth for 2021 just because of how it landed. And I would rather not have to do that. So 2022, we're probably going to be booking more specific dates in, I would say, probably May.
Yeah, but we're going to try and be linear as possible, meaning that we're going in a straight line. We're not backtracking at all.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely.
And final question. Mike, have you ever been caught snoozing on an RV roof?
If I ever caught him snoozing on a roof, Ronald,
I'd be too afraid of rolling off.
That's actually pretty funny. You probably would. You roll a lot. You toss and turns all the time. Yeah, no, that was going to be a no.
No. Not that I haven't been caught. I've never been sleeping on an RV roof.
Please clone yourself so you can do more. Yes, that would be lovely if we could clone him.
Basement.
Maybe needing your services around Jenny. See, we've got people that are planning for 23 already. Jim and Ellen. Yep, Jim and Ellen are planning
22 yet.
No, that's we're working it. Maybe in a garage.
In the basement.
Bob, he better not be sleeping in your garage, dude. No, seriously, like I mean, I would, he works some long hours sometimes. He's actually called me before for a Bang, which is an energy drink.
Yeah, if I get super sleepy, I try not to. I can't power nap. I'm not worth anything after.
I'm the power napper in the basement. Not that either, Rob. I mean, Bob. Rob. I'll call you Rob too. There you go. Anyways, yes, we miss you guys as well. That's our friends at Peach. That is that's your name.
Yeah.
Peach. Pete and Alicia. Anyways, yes. I like naps too. I'm telling you. Oh, we've got some people just coming in. Sorry, we were actually hey there, Doreen and that's not who I wanted. Aaron Jamison. Is this important? Yes, we won't forget about those, Kyle. Kyle keeps texting me. So, all right, guys. Well, we are
shutting it down.
Yeah, we're shutting it down. I mean, it's been an hour and 40 minutes. So thank you for sticking with us. We really appreciate it. We hope that we've answered some questions that, you know, you've wanted to know the answers to. If there's, I don't know. Do you want to say anything else?
Thank you for your support.
Yeah, we said that about 5 times, but we really do. Mm-hmm. Go rest. Do you think we're tired?
I am definitely.
We are tired. But yes, we will get some rest. We hope everyone has a fantastic Valentine's Day. And if I can keep him up for next little bit, I might even get him to watch a movie with me. We'll see.
What? Yes.
But if not, I got my little rose and my balloons here for Valentine's Day, and I'm good with that. There we go. So, all right, we are headed out, and we appreciate all of you for being here, and have a good night.